I don't know why it is, Buzz, but you always do things the hard way.
If you know an easier way to do this, Billy Carson, put up or shut up. Why don't you roll up your sleeves and lend a hand, or I can get along without you.
Oh, what's the matter, Fuzzy? Why are you so touchy?
I'm getting sick and tired of this dead-ratted cow ranch. Bought myself a lot of grease, that's all. Dust and sweat's all I've got out of it so far. Just a steady drag from morning till night.
Whoa, Cap! Whoa, Cap! Whoa! Hey! Up! Whoa, Cap! Whoa, Cap! Whoa! Hey! Up! Billy! Ow! Billy! Up! Up! Billy! Oh! Ow! Oh! No! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Yeah. I see what you mean about it being a steady drag, Bud. That does it. That's a finish. I got a chance to trade this outfit for a store in Kingston, and I hope I choke it if I ever set foot on a cow ranch again.
What do you know about running a store? You lose your shirt.
There's nothing to it. All you do is buy something, you sell it for more than you paid for it, that's all. And don't worry about me losing my shirt.
Worry about you losing your shirt. I feel sorry for the cat. Now you're a big businessman, eh, Fuzz?
Yeah, this is what I crave. A business where a man can be calm and dignified. Have a cigar, Mr. Carson.
No, thank you, Mr. Jones. Better not start off by smoking up all the profits, Fuzz.
Oh, that'd take a heap of a lot of smoking. You know, all this money here that's owed the store, it belongs to me. That was part of the deal.
Yeah, money in that book is money in the cash drawer.
Oh, I ain't worried about that. All these farmers here in the valley will settle up when they sell their crops, and then I'll be riding high. Have you got a pencil?
Pencil?
Yeah.
What would I be doing with a pencil?
That's right.
are you doing back there? What's taking you so long?
No, I gotta find a pencil. What brainless idiot left this thing laying around here?
Put that mousetrap back where you found it and drag yourself out of here.
Hey, you can't tell me where to go in my own store.
What makes you think I can't tell you where to go? This is the property of the United States government, and don't you dash that foot in here again. Give me that mousetrap.
Hey, give me back my finger.
Woman must be pretty desperate to have to set traps to catch a man.
Do you think I'd want to keep anything I could catch in a mousetrap? I never saw any man who's worth a hill of beans, and you don't cause me to change my mind.
I don't know which can plague a man the worst, a woman or a mosquito.
Wait a minute. Maybe that's a private fight. Strangers aren't welcome.
Private or not, they can't hold it in my store.
Break it up.
You keep out. You heard what I said.
Framed it so the Kirby punchers would jump Dan Harper. But I don't know how that stranger got into it. That doesn't make any difference, as long as we keep him fighting.
I guess that'll learn I'm not to start any wild brawls in my store.
Yeah, you're sure a wildcat when you get riled, Fuzz.
There ain't half of it.
Come on, Fuzz.
Well, we soon finished that little squabble, didn't we?
You've only started your trouble. Wait till you go up against the boss of that Kirby outfit.
If he's half smart, he'll stay away from me, or I'll soon show him where to head in. How you feeling, Dad?
A little better.
That's the kind of fight I like to see. Serves them right.
What happened to you?
Oh, we was having an argument with one of them cow-stealing nesters when a couple of fellows in the store jumped us from behind.
Who were they?
I don't know. Never saw them before.
More settlers, I suppose. They're coming in like grasshoppers. It seems like some people have never learned to mind their own business.
That's the boss of the Kirby outfit. Why don't you go ahead and show her where to head in?
You show me where to head in? Why, you bewhiskered old goat, you just try to show me where to head in. You'll find yourself heading down the road so fast they could play checkers on your coattails. Well, why don't you say something? You afraid to open your mouth? You seem to have made plenty of big talk when I wasn't around.
You better not prod Fuzzy too hard, ma'am. He's terrible when he gets riled.
Suppose you keep your mouth shut till I ask for your advice. I don't like smart alecks. Time we called for a showdown with you cow-stealing nesters.
Now, don't accuse folks of something you can't prove. You cattle ranchers don't want the farmers to settle in the free-range line of the valley, so you cooked up that story to make trouble.
That isn't true. We never had any rustling here before you settlers swarmed in. It started then, and it's been going on ever since. Small bunches of cattle are disappearing all the time, and they add up to a heavy loss. You pass the word along that it had better stop, or there'll be serious trouble.
Sure is a high-spirited young woman.
She had to be. She's been running the Kirby outfit ever since her father was killed, and was doing right well up until lately.
Yeah, I can believe that. Fuzz, is this your idea of being calm and dignified?
How is anybody going to be calm and dignified? Place all cluttered up with fighting females.
Hello, Steve.
Hello, Mort.
Hello, Miss Dale. Won't you sit down?
Steve, I've got to borrow some more money.
Well, I appreciate the business, but I'm sorry things are not going so well.
Oh, I'd be all right if it wasn't for those thieving nesters. They got away with most of the cattle I planned to sell this year.
You know, gun smoke is good medicine for that.
Yeah, well, don't be surprised if there's a lot of fireworks one of these days. I'm not the only rancher that's been losing cattle.
I'll take some of those peaches there, too.
Dan, how'd you happen to settle in this country?
Well, most of us bought our land through Steve Kinney.
Steve Kinney.
Yes, and he's been very good, too, about carrying us for the balance of the money we owe him until we get the land cleared and get our crops in. Oh, I'll have to have a sack of flour, too, Mr. Jones. We didn't come out here to steal cattle. We settled in the valley to build homes for our families, so we'd have something to pass on to our children. Yeah, Mr. Harper. Yep.
Oh, Fuzzy, come on up here. You always do things the hard way. Let me help you with that thing.
I'll have the papers made out and the money ready for you the next time you come in.
Thanks, Steve. You've been a big help.
Oh, I can't take credit for doing you a favor. Loaning money is my business.
Nevertheless, I appreciate it. Bye.
Bye. Mort, this is the sweetest setup I've ever had in my life. I'll loan her the money we get from selling her own cattle. And when these suckers go broke fighting each other, you and I move in and take over most of the valley.
Quite a sizable bill you got there, Dan.
Yeah, it should last me quite a while. I'll have to ask you to put this on the books with the rest I owe you.
Thanks, Mr. Jones.
Books.
Most of your store's in that book, Fuzz. You know, if those people don't pay off, you're broke.
Oh, they'll pay off when they sell their crops. You gotta do business this way in a farming country.
Nah, it's not good for business, though, when they start making war medicine. Gets to be more important trying to save your hide than harvesting a crop.
You've got a lot of crust showing your face around here.
Yeah, it's not much of a face, but I'm not ashamed of it.
Well, you will be when I'm finished with it.
Stop it, Red.
Your hired man isn't any too hospitable.
Maybe he has a right to feel that way. What do you want?
Oh, I just dropped in for a friendly chat.
What about?
You know, miss, you might be wrong about the settlers. If you have any proof about the rustling, why don't you turn everything over to the sheriff?
You can be sure of something without having any legal proof. And I think I can run my business without any help from you.
I'm not worried about how you run your business. I don't like to see innocent people get kicked around just because someone is too stubborn to listen to reason.
You don't know they're innocent.
You don't know they're guilty. You just think they are. And it's a lot easier to start trouble than it is to stop it.
I'll do what I think best to protect my property. Goodbye.
Shall I haze him off the ranch?
I don't think that'll be necessary.
Miss, you just saved yourself a hired hand.
Why should he be so interested in turning suspicion away from those nesters?
You bought your farm from me, and I want to see you prosper. I don't like the way the cattlemen are talking, and I don't like the way they're kicking you around. Why, they act like they own the whole world, and don't seem to think that you have a right to earn a living. I bet they'd sing a different tune if you started paying them back in their own coin.
Starting a war dance ain't no way to stop trouble. Most anything can be ironed out with the other fella if you just sit down and talk it over calm and dignified.
If you're so afraid of a little trouble, why don't you go find a nice gopher hole and crawl in it?
I ain't afraid of trouble. But I bought chips in this here game, and I ain't gonna stand by and see him go up and gunsmoke. And any time you fellas want to pay cash, you can do as you please. But don't expect me to carry on the cup for any more groceries if you're gonna mess around with a range war.
Hey, will you have this moved?
Get away. He may have recognized me. Right, let's separate.
Rustlers. I surprised them.
You know who they were?
Yes, one of me.
He winged one of them before they got him.
You still can't prove who owned it. It's no different than any other 44.
That's right. But if someone should come in here with a sore arm wanting to buy a gun, it might prove something. I think I better check this in. Mind putting this in your safe for me?
Why is it so valuable?
It was used in a murder.
Who was killed?
One of the Kirby punchers.
Who killed him?
I don't know. There were two of them. They didn't wait around to be introduced. I think I better get on over to the sheriff and tell him what happened. His job to catch that murderer.
He'd better call the army instead of the sheriff. That killing's apt to bust this valley wide open.
Yeah, oh, God, I'll have to stop that.
Taking on a big job for a little man.
Hey, Steve.
I just ran into trouble with one of Kirby's punchers.
Did he get a good look at you?
Well, it makes no difference whether he did or not. He won't tell nobody nothing. Someone happened along, and I think it was that stranger Billy Carson. But I don't believe he was close enough to recognize anyone.
We can't have any guesswork on anything like that.
Well, I just passed him on the street, and he didn't act like I looked familiar.
Well, I'll sound him out and see what he knows. Where's Bart?
Well, that puncher winged him, so he's staying up at the shack until his arm gets well. I'm going to take him up some grub.
It wouldn't be a bad idea if you stayed up there, too, until I find out how things stack up.
Yeah? Well, I'll think that over.
Trying to be calm and dignified. Trigger-happy humans are worse than local mavericks. And you got no cause to be uppy because you're sitting back of a cage. Any local squirrel could do that. Women ought to stay home where they belong. And a man's got work to do. Hey. Can I do something for you?
Yeah. You can wrangle me up a sack of grub. I want some of that fancy eating. I'll take some of them and some of those. Mix me up a dozen cans of peaches, pears, and plums. Hey, by the way, what have you got in a good 44 6-shooter? Well, I wasn't in that big a hurry.
Did you just say you wanted to buy a gun?
That's right.
You got a gun.
Well, sure. There's no law against a man having two guns, is there?
No. No.
Well, it can't be that funny. Stop your cackling and rustle up the grub.
Yes. Here you are.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
I beg your pardon, but you got a sore arm?
No, I haven't got a sore arm, but you'll have a sore head if you're not careful.
Sore head? You'll be wasting your time. Where there's no sense, there's no feeling.
Hey, that's all right. Yeah.
Well, that's it, Sheriff. I'm sorry I can't give you a better description of the killers.
Oh, this valley's a powder keg, and I've been walking a tightrope trying to keep the peace between the farmers and the cattle outfits. Hello, Sheriff. Something wrong? Murder, that's all. One of the Kirby punchers. Who got him? I wish I knew. You coming with me?
Oh, I told you all I know, Sheriff. Told you where it happened. You can read the trail signs. No reason for me to go along. None of my business from now on.
Okay, I can't ask you to risk your hide if you don't want to. I won't have any trouble getting a posse. The sheriff had no right to expect a stranger to get tangled up in our troubles. Well, that wouldn't even be good sense.
Yeah. Man might get himself hurt.
That's right.
Hey, Billy. A fellow just bought a mess of grub and a 44 6-shooter, but he didn't have no sore arm.
You can't accuse a man of being a rustler just because he bought a gun, Fudd. He might not like it.
Well, I ain't accusing nobody, but... Hey, if you'll watch the store for me, I'll mosey out after him and see where he goes.
Go ahead. But you might get yourself into a mess of trouble by being too inquisitive.
I'll take care of me.
I hope you do.
What was all the shooting about? That storekeeper got suspicious when you bought that gun and trailed you. Well, did you get him? I don't know. I didn't want to take a chance on hunting for him in the brush, but I kept him from trailing you. Good. There's no sense in fighting it out with him. Let's go. What happened to you?
I was ambushed and lost my horse.
So the fellow you were trailing didn't like it, huh?
Well, it wasn't the fellow I was trailing that jumped me. Some other fellow snuck up from behind on me.
Snuck up from behind. That's funny.
I didn't see nothing funny about it.
No, I mean you may have stumbled on something important. But you always do it the hard way, Fudge.
Well, at least get it done.
We need some ammunition.
What's your hurry, Dan?
The cattlemen are holding a meeting. They claim we settlers murdered that Kirby puncher.
Don't you go starting any shooting war.
We're not hunting trouble, but we won't be pushed around. All we ask is to be let alone. We bought our land honest. We're working hard to farm it. And we're not going to be run off. We'll fight if need be.
That sounds reasonable. I'll get you the ammunition.
Charge all this to me, Mr. Jones. I'll take care of it.
All right. You know, Dan, in a case like this, a cool head is a lot more important than fighting men.
Well, you tell that to the cattlemen. This war talk is their idea, not mine. Come on, boys.
You know, Fud, I'd gamble the farmers are honest. There's some funny business going on. This fight is being promoted, isn't on the level.
I got him on the books for $236.40. Now, if he goes out and gets
Listen, if a real fight breaks out between the farmers and the cattlemen, you can kiss this store goodbye. You know, I like Dan Harper. I think someone has given him a dirty deal.
Sure looks like it.
Yeah.
Might as well cross him off.
How much was that, to what?
$136.
Any mail for me?
Yep, you've done pretty well. You got a letter from the Cattlemen's Association and a postcard from your Aunt Emmy. She says she hasn't been feeling as good as she might.
Is grazing land more important to you than a man's life?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't know what I'm talking about? You know, all this hullabaloo about the farmers in the valley is phony. Someone's promoting trouble for some reason. It could be the ranchers.
Don't you dare accuse me of anything like that. You better mind your own business or make tracks and make them fast. I won't take that kind of talk from you or anybody else. That thieving trash that's settled in the valley has been stealing cattle. We never had any trouble here before they moved in, and we've had nothing but trouble since. And to top it all, they killed one of my men.
What's your hurry?
You better stand aside, fella. We've got a job to finish.
You might be wrong.
They claim I was mixed up in the murder of that Kirby Pluncher. I was lucky to escape with my life.
You sure were.
Now you've got a law court here where this can be settled fair and square. And that's the way it's going to be.
Well, the sheriff ain't doing nothing about the rustling and killing that's been going on. I think it's about time we got some action.
All right. Hey, you heard what the man said. Hey, Billy, there's the fellow that bought the gun. You notice he's only wearing one.
You two better be smart and start minding your own business before somebody gets hurt.
Anytime you want to give me a word, you can step right up.
Yeah, and that goes for me, too.
Vic was my friend, and I'm going to see that someone hangs for his murder. Dan Harper is the kingpin among them cow-stealing nesters, and I'm going in after him.
I'm not fooling, Red. I hope you can see this my way because it'll be a lot better for all concerned. Much obliged, Fuzz. That scattergun sure has a common effect when you're on the wrong end of it.
Yeah, old Betsy packs a lot of authority.
How do you feel, Dan?
Oh, I'll be all right. I don't like the idea of a stranger setting himself up to tell us how to run our business.
Oh, take it easy, Red. He'll soon come down off his high horse.
Uh-oh.
Do you think you can get away with harboring an outlaw?
I'm not harboring anybody.
Well, what would you call a rustler and a murderer if he's not an outlaw?
Wild talk isn't going to do anybody any good. Now, if you want to swear out a warrant against Dan Harper, I'll be glad to turn him over to the sheriff. If you haven't got the courage to do that, you better keep your mouth shut. That didn't take any courage. Being a woman, you know that you can get away with it.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I will swear out the warrant.
That suits me fine. I'd like to see you prove something against me. Let's go to the sheriff's office.
He's out of town.
All right, have me locked up until he gets back.
Can I have your word for it? Those fellas outside won't cause any trouble?
You can?
That's all right. Let's get going.
Red, I'm holding you responsible, and I don't want any trouble. We're taking this fellow over to the sheriff.
I want you to lock Dan up. Miss Kirby there will swear out a warrant when the sheriff gets back. Not much of a farmer, Dan, but I'll keep an eye on your place for you.
Well, I don't know how to thank you, Billy.
Don't try. You'll be all right here till we get things straightened out. I'll send over a doc to patch you up.
Thanks.
So Carson put over a fast one on you, huh? They can't prove anything against Dan Harper, and even if they could, we won't let him come to trial.
Well, what good will that do?
Plenty. Some night you and the boys have the sheriff, and Harper will disappear. The cattlemen will think the farmers rescued him, and the farmers will think the cattlemen hung him. You get it?
Yeah, not bad.
Hey, Billy, look over there.
Well, what about it?
Oh, that fellow that bought the gun was riding with the cowboys and shouting for him to hang Dan Harper.
He was?
Yeah. And Steve Kinney's been trying to prod the farmers into making war with the cattlemen. And the two of them act very chummy outside of working hours.
Yeah. It does look as if he's trying to play both ends against the middle.
Sure do. But how are we going to prove it?
I don't know.
There's some unfinished business between you and me.
Why don't you get that chip off your shoulder, Red? I'm not mad at you.
Now, that makes this your lucky day. And watch your step. What'd you say?
You can't open your mouth or I'll give you a foot in the standing. Well, the trial starts tomorrow. So far as I can see, there's no trouble brewing. You know, Fuzz, I think we can settle this quarrel if we can get both sides out in the open, talking things over face to face.
I hope they soon start thinking about paying off my money instead of Gunsmoke. If I don't get the money to pay my bills, I ain't gonna have nothing to sell. Got a letter here saying to pay my bill or send the stuff back, and I ain't got no stuff to send back. All I got's a lot of figures in a book there. Where's my blotter? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna hang one of these things on her nose someday if she don't stop planting them around here. And I got enough trouble without that female buffalo planting traps all over the place.
Remember, Fuzz, be calm and dignified.
Now, how's anybody be calm and dignified with bills staring your face? Bills, bills, bills!
Everything all set? Yeah, the sheriff's by himself, and I've sent the deputies on a wild goose chase. The rest of you go in there and grab Harper. Leave Pete with the horses, and remember, keep your faces well covered. Oh, don't worry. I know my way around. Keep your shirt on. You've made mistakes before. Listen to me, and I'll tell you how to handle this. All right, mastermind. Now.
I'm tired, Fuzz. I'm going to turn in. I'll leave you with your profits.
Profits.
Hey, Fuzz. Steve Kenny's been having company.
I don't give a hoop. He's having a fit. Get out of here.
Oh, wait a minute, Fuzz. It breaks my heart to see you so unhappy. Come on now, give us a big smile.
I'll give you a poke in the nose. I'm going broke, and you think it's funny.
That was close. Good night.
You can't bust in here like get away with this.
Keep your eye on it.
Come on, there's no time to waste.
I ain't running away. I'm going to stay here and stand trial.
You're going with me whether you like to or not. Come on. Let's go. Pull down your mask.
Trouble. A gang took me by surprise and got my prisoner.
Who were they?
I don't know. They had their faces covered.
That's bad. There's going to be a lot of people disappointed tomorrow if we don't have a trial.
And you're not telling me anything. This town's full of human dynamite. It won't take much to start an explosion.
Maybe you can find Harper.
Oh, there isn't any time to start looking for him now. I'd better stay in town and try to keep peace until they cool off. The trouble is, I don't even know whether or not it was his friends that took him out of jail. The other side might not have felt too sure about a conviction and decided to jump the gun.
I'll take him on from here. You three hang back and see that we're not followed.
Well, if you're going to murder me, why don't you do it here and get it over with?
Now, don't be in a hurry. You may be more useful to us alive.
What's this I hear about Dan Harper escaping the night before he's to go on trial?
That's right. The gang took him out of jail.
Do you think we'll stand for that sort of a runaround? If he was afraid to go on trial, that's proof enough for me that he was guilty.
Well, I ain't sure that they were his friends last night.
Well, I am, and it's about time we got rid of that bunch of rustlers. If you can't do the job, we'll do it for you.
It's plain enough that the cattlemen have taken the law into their own hands, and I wouldn't think that any friends of Dan Harper's would sit back and do nothing about it. Why, if you haven't the gumption to fight back, they'll ride over you roughshod.
Wait a minute. Don't be stampeded by this, fella. You got a reason for wanting to cause trouble, and it ain't for their benefit.
Don't talk like that unless you can back it up with facts.
Trying to keep this town peaceable.
Well, you got a funny way of going at it.
If you keep talking like that, you'll get yourself into serious trouble.
He's been trying to promote trouble between the settlers and the cattlemen.
Well, Steve may have talked a little careless, but he wouldn't cause trouble. That wouldn't make sense. He's got too much invested here. Now, I can't order you men out of town, but I do wish you'd go home. At least stay off the street and don't chance a run-in.
Oh, me. I wish I knew where Billy was. He's probably out gallivanting around someplace, and the lid's liable to blow off of this town any minute.
Gunshots out there.
Ah, there's nothing to worry about. You're just jumpy from staying up here alone.
Maybe so, but I'm glad to have company.
Now, where's Dan Harper?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, if that's the way you feel about it.
You wouldn't kill me.
Why not? You tried to kill me. For the last time, where is he?
They're holding him at a shack not far from here.
That's better. Thought you looked like a man that had good common sense. Think I'll tie you up so that you won't wander off and get lost. Come on, get out of here. Yeah, that ought to hold you for a while.
So you're the one who's at the bottom of all this trouble.
Sure. Cattlemen don't love nesters, so it's easy to lay suspicion on you fellas. You talk. What's the difference? He won't be repeating anything he hears. What are you...
I need you in town, Dan.
Well, maybe you think I won't be happy to go with you. I thought I'd never see town again.
Come on, get up on your feet.
Say, how'd you find this place?
It took a little persuading, but Steve Kinney told me how to find you.
With a dirty double-crosser. I'll fix him.
Thanks. It's just what I wanted to hear. Now go on, get out of here.
If those nesters think they can make fools of us, they've got another thing coming. There's a bunch of them over in the store, and I'm in favor of having a showdown right now.
Just a minute. Just a minute. It's my job to keep the peace here, and I won't have that kind of talk. There's no sense in causing useless bloodshed. Hey, what's the idea?
Take it easy, Sheriff. We just want to get you out of harm's way, that's all.
Wait a minute. Take your hands off of me, you understand? Take your hands off of me. Take your hands off of me.
You fellas shouldn't have stayed here in town. There's going to be trouble as sure as I'm a foot high, and it ain't going to do nobody no good.
Now, you fellas know this ain't right. You're interfering with the due process of the law.
We'll let you out pretty soon.
Where's Billy?
You there in the store. Tell us where you got Dan Harper hid out, or we're coming in after you.
Ain't nobody here that knows anything about Dan Harper.
Yeah, we heard all that before. We'll give you just 3 minutes to sing a different song.
3 minutes.
We're all set whenever you give the word.
Just 1 minute more.
There, you're restless, miss. Dan Harper can tell you all about it. Got another straight around up.
why I was...
Your friends want you to join them at the jail. They told us the whole story. If you don't mind, I'll take that.
Sure, why not? You ain't got nothing on me.
Hi, Fuzzy. Hi, Billy. I knew we didn't have nothing to worry about.
By the way, Mr. Carson, do you think we should incarcerate him?
Anything you say, Mr. Jones. Hello.
Hello. I owe you an apology.
Yeah, don't give it a thought.
I could use a foreman if you'd be interested.
I'm much obliged, but I never settle down long in one place. I'm too restless.
You know, Fuzzy, I'm getting kind of used to seeing you around here. I think I'll marry you.
Oh, no, you don't. Billy, sell the store. If you can't sell it, give it away. I'm through. Hey, Bud, come on back
Some of you men have worked on my ranch and shared the crops for 20 years, and others are not so long. And I've always looked after you and protected you. And that's what I'm doing now.
Just a minute, Ben. Let me speak to Andy. We know you've looked after us through the plague and drought. I even know you've dug down in your own pocket, paying us more for our crops than the market price. We don't doubt you'll stick with us, but already 4 men have been murdered by this vicious band of killers. We want to know what you'll do.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Wait a minute. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll wipe them out. Billy, come here. Men, I want you to meet a friend of mine, Billy Carson.
Howdy.
Billy runs a spread over in King County. He's had the same trouble that we're having here. Go ahead. Tell him about it, Billy.
Well, about 6 months ago, a band of men moved in and started raiding and killing just like they're doing here now.
What did you do?
We organized and ran them off.
Yeah, that's what he's here for now, to help us.
Andy, somebody peeking in through the window. I'm going to have a look-see.
He's gone out to do a little investigation. He'll be right back.
What'd you find out?
They're holding a meeting. Looks like they're going to organize.
Organize? Why, we'll have most of them cleaned out before they have a chance to get started. Here, take a look at this map. Now, we'll raid the south end tonight. These places. These 3. We'll take the Collins place first, then Taylor's, then Foster's.
Are we wiping them out the same as the others?
The only good sharecropper is a dead one. Now, we'll ride into the Collins place from here.
At the rate we're cleaning out those sharecroppers, old man Jones ain't going to have anybody living on his place.
Well, he'll either be forced to sell out or get out.
It's going to be a mighty sweet price for the boss. This Jones's boundary's taking the whole county. Looks like we ought to get a bigger cut.
We are getting a better cut. Only the men who hired us for the job don't know it yet.
Oh.
That's probably the big boss. Now's as good a time as any to tell him a few things. Now, you boys get in the back room. If I need any help, you know what to do.
Howdy.
Well, howdy. Well, I don't remember having any business with you.
No, but I have business with you.
Yeah? What kind?
My name's Carson. I own a ranch over in King County. I dropped on over here to pay a visit to my friend Andy Jones.
And now you're paying me a visit. All right, what's on your mind?
Several things, but mainly the night raids on the sharecroppers.
Yes, I've heard about those raids. But if you have any clues as to who's doing them, well, the sheriff's the man you want to see.
I think you're the man to see.
You better be careful with your talk, Carson.
It'll be better if you listen. Call your men in. They might be interested in what I have to say.
All right. Come on in, boys, and join the party. Carson here wants to do some talking.
That's better.
He seems to think that we're mixed up in the raids on those sharecroppers.
I'll do the talking.
All right. But let me tell you something first. We are law-abiding citizens.
Good work, Jaeger. Are we going to finish him?
Yeah, come on.
Wait a minute. I have a better idea. You know, I think he'd look better with a handkerchief tied around his face and a bullet in his back. Found on one of these sharecroppers' ranches. That's a good idea. Come on, let's take him up. Let's get him out of here. You want to do more talking, Carson?
You won't get away with it, Thorne.
You won't be walking around to know whether I do or not.
Well, he's through. Who's next?
Foster's place. The party's going to get more interesting as we go along.
Where do we go from here?
Well, I'd only planned one more raid, the Taylors. Seeing as how you've been so cooperative, we're going to include you in that little old blister, Andy Jones. We'll make it a clean sweep. Are you about ready to talk some more, Carson?
I'll have plenty of talking to do when the right time comes, son.
You better hurry, because you haven't got much time. All right, men. One more sharecropper, and then we'll attend to our friend here and old man Jones. Well, looks like we've lost him. There'll be only one place he'll go. We'll get him and Jones together at the ranch. Come on.
Andy, wake up.
Hey, if you gone plumb loco waking me up in the middle of my nap,
Where you been?
the Raiders are out.
Raiders? Why in tarnation did you say so? Get out of the way and let me get on my boots. We gotta stop them.
They already killed the Collins in the fourth. Who brought the news? I did. I saw it.
You saw it and let them get away with it?
Where do you keep your gun?
Here in that bottom drawer. You sure ain't the man you used to be. A lot of good meetings in that. Come on, I'll tell you all about it later.
know, you dang fool. I'm making mud pies.
I'll have to get a doctor for you.
Get me up out of here. Get my horse. We'll go after him.
No, you can't ride.
Don't tell me what I can do. Get my horse.
I'll have to get a doctor for you.
I can ride. I can. There ain't no violence in the world that can kill me. There ain't nobody can. There ain't a bullet big enough.
Take it easy, Andy.
A bullet ain't no bigger than just the end of your finger. I'm a man. The bullet's just a little old chunk of lead.
We didn't expect all of these murders, Thorne.
Well, what did you expect? You hired me to get rid of the sharecroppers, and I'm doing it.
Well, I guess it's all right. I better get over and see Andy.
Well, if he ain't dead yet, you'll have a chance to finish him, eh, Doc? And don't forget, stop by the office and let me know.
What are you all gawking at me like that for? You think I'm going to die? Well, I ain't.
There isn't any bullet big enough to get you, Andy. You said so yourself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Now, you better try to get some rest, Andy.
Rest. I got some talking to do, and I'm going to do it.
All my life, I've been telling myself and everybody else what a rip-snorting son of a gun I was. I don't know whether I fooled anybody else or not, but I sure didn't fool myself. You know why I done it, Billy?
No, Andy.
Because I'm such a little runt. Now, if I'd have been a big man, I reckon I'd have been like you. Easy going and afraid of nobody.
You're as big as any of us.
Don't soft-soap me. I know what I am. Just being a little man, I had to fight everybody to show them they couldn't lick me. Did you get them killers?
They got away.
I thought they would if I wasn't there. You'll have to get them, Billy. You'll have to run them down.
Do the best I can, Andy.
You see what I'm up against, Doc? How can I be sure they get them if I ain't here? You think I ain't got a chance, don't you?
Well, I don't think any ordinary man in your condition would have a chance. But you're no ordinary man, Andy. You might pull through. Maybe you'll never die like ordinary mortals.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I got plans, a parcel of plans. You through patching me up?
Yes?
Well, then run along. I got business to talk with Billy. And you men can clear out, too. There's plenty of work to be done. Not much time to do it.
Well, you might fool us, Andy, but I'd try to get a little rest. I'll drop in and see you later.
You dang right I'll fool you. A lot of others, too. Billy, I'll send for my twin brother, Jonathan. He's about my size, that dang little runt. Found that hill of beans run out on me years ago, and I've never had anything to do with him since. He can help me now.
How can he help you?
By acting like he's me. Now, listen closely. Here's the way we'll work it. When my brother arrives...
Well, how'd you make out, Doc?
Andy's pretty bad. I don't think he'll live.
What? You left him and he's still alive?
I'm a doctor. I try to save lives.
You mean you were a doctor? You know, there's a law against practicing medicine without a license.
See here, Thorne, you're going too far. Remember, you're working for Bentley and me.
You think so? Well, I haven't gone half as far as I'm going. You know, I'm beginning to like it around here. There's going to be some big opportunities when that Jones ranch is cleaned out. I hear the railroad's coming through. New towns will be opening up. New settlers wanting to buy land. So I just thought I'd let you know that I'm dealing myself in, Doc. And if you know what's good for you, you'll take care of Andy Jones before our next meeting.
Looks like it's your move, Bentley.
I tell you, I stopped by the ranch and he's cleared out.
You send out a posse?
Oh, what'd be the use? Had a 24-hour start. Besides, there's no clues where he went.
Are you sure of that?
Certainly I am.
I don't think he's so far away.
I could have you locked up for such talk. Insinuating that I'm harboring a criminal, interfering with the
Get this thing straight, Bentley. I got a personal score to settle with Thorne and his gang. Either you get him or I will.
Hey, is this the Jones Ranch?
Andy Jones's ranch. You're Jonathan, aren't you?
Jonathan? Well, I reckon I did travel by that handle at one time, but where I come from, they call me Fuzzy. Fuzzy Q. Jones. I presume you're Billy Carson?
That's right.
I got Andy's message, so I come sailing down here as fast as I could. What's the trouble?
Hey, your brother's been shot.
Shot? You know who done it?
Yeah.
Did you kill a critter?
Not yet.
Well, you young whippersnappers ain't got sense enough to come in out of the rain. Andy's been shot and you ain't done nothing about it? Well, I'll have that low-down coyote dangling on the end of a rope before sundown. It's a good thing that Andy sent for me. Where is he?
He's in his room.
Well, get out of my way. I'm wasting my time talking to you.
John. Andy. Sit down. Don't stand there gawking at me. I got some talking to do. You look just like the same no-account brother that left me years ago. And you're the same cussed snake-hide brother I used to lick. And I can do her again. You think you can run this ranch? If you can run it, I can. Oh, can you boss men? Can you fight? You talk like you was delirious. Just tell me who shot you and I'll show you whether I can fight. What have you been doing all these years since you run out on me? Well, I'm the best dang sheep raiser in the southern part of the state. Sheep raiser? Billy, did you hear that? Jonathan says he's a sheep raiser.
Yeah, Andy, I heard it.
No wonder you never amount to nothing.
You better rest, Andy. We can talk it over later.
I'm going to take a long rest pretty soon. I got things to tell you. Oh, we can let it go to tomorrow. It ain't going to be no tomorrow for me. I got to keep on living, and you got to dress like me, act like me, so nobody will know the difference. Because without me, this valley is going to ruin. You understand? Yes, Andy. I understand.
I think we all better leave now.
Bye, Andy.
Now, you're sure that Andy Jones is dead?
I was there when the end came.
Good. Now we can start some action and take over.
Thorne, I want you to understand that Bentley and I are against any more of these killings.
I'm giving the sharecroppers a chance to get out peaceful. And if they don't, then we'll have to get rough again. Here, take a look at that.
Oh, we just saw him hauling the coffin away from the Jones ranch house.
Well, just checking up, Doc. You know, we can't be too sure that Andy Jones is out of the way.
Hey, ain't it funny they're burying him in the dead of night?
Well, they're probably glad to get rid of the old blister. We're taking over the Jones place, men. Now, here's what I want you to do. You and Madison leave one of these at the Jones ranch.
Well, suppose Carson makes trouble.
If he does, I'll deal with him personally. Get going.
Here, you men take these to the sharecroppers.
In 24 hours out, we'll have the Jones ranch in our hands.
Not as fast as that. You're forgetting the legal end.
You told me you and Bentley had that fixed, and you'd better have it fixed.
Well, Andy had no heirs, and if no other claimant shows up, the ranch
is ours, providing you still want to stay in.
Don't seem to be anybody around.
They're probably still out there,
Come on, Thorne said to have a look around. Now's a good chance.
We got visitors. You wait here.
What do you mean, wait here? With them low-down sneaking critters robbing Andy's house, well, I'll tear them limb from book.
Hey, listen to me. It's important to do this my way. Looking for some, boys? Yeah, Carson, we brought you a paper. Read it. And that means you. This is a phony. This ranch still belongs to Andy Jones. You think you're smart, don't you? I saw you and the men carrying out his coffin tonight. That's what you think.
Andy Jones!
Hey, what's happened to them? They act like they've gone plumb local. From now on, they're going to be plenty more local. You're going to be Andy's ghost.
What?
Andy's ghost. Come on, we've got to follow him.
What's the matter with you two? You look like you'd seen a ghost.
Well, if it's either a ghost or Andy Jones is still alive.
What are you talking about? Doc saw him die. You saw him haul the coffin away.
Yeah, we saw the coffin, but we saw him.
You saw Andy Jones?
He was there as big as life. Yeah, I walked right in the room.
You're either drunk or crazy. Andy Jones is dead. You show me this ghost, and I'll show you how quick he'll stop a bullet.
Look, there he is.
Look at what?
Well, he was right there. His face against the window.
Oh, I know you're crazy. Come on outside. Well, do you still think you saw a ghost?
Well, whoever was looking through that window looked like Andy Jones.
Well, there's one sure way to find out. Come on, we're riding.
Thorne's going to be the hardest one to convince.
Convince about what?
Andy Jones is still alive. Go ahead.
Now, take a look. It's Andy Jones, ain't it?
That's him, all right.
That's him, all right.
All right. Don't give me any more of this ghost stuff about you seeing him walking around. Now, fill it up. Come on, we're riding. I'm going into town and make arrangements for the final cleanup. You fellas wait for me here.
Bud, we got to convince him that Andy's still alive.
Leave that to me.
I don't care what we saw at the grave. I know what Madison saw.
He come walking right toward us at the house.
Yeah. And I saw him at the window.
You boys better change your brand of liquor. Hey, take a shot of this bourbon, then you'll know you saw a ghost.
There he is.
Nice work, Bud. They hightailed it out of here like the devil was after him. Come on.
So we went out to the grave and dug it up.
Was he there?
Sure. Dead as a hornet. Bentley, I guess Doc told you that I'm cutting myself in on this deal. Well, don't worry. There'll be plenty for the three of us.
We saw him again.
Saw who?
Andy Jones. He came to the hideout.
That's right. Shut up. Did you see him, McGill?
Yes, I did too.
I'm through, Thorne. I'm clearing out.
Oh, so you want to quit?
I ain't fighting ghosts.
Wait a minute. Well, if you figure on quitting, Yeager, I want to make sure you keep your mouth shut.
Well, don't worry. I ain't talking.
No, I don't think you will. All right.
right, has anybody else got any crazy ideas about quitting? No? Then come on, we've got work to do. Say, is Andy Jones dead? Every one of us sharecroppers in the valley got one of these tacked to our door last night.
Yeah, I got on my door.
If we don't get out, we'll all be murdered.
We want to know if Andy is still alive.
What's all the shooting about?
I'm warming up the trigger finger, getting ready to do a little fancy gunning. It's Andy. He's alive. Doggone right I'm alive.
I'll explain it all to you later. Now we're riding. Go on.
This is the showdown, man. We're out to clean up throwing in these gangs. You men wait here. If we need you, you know what to do.
All right. We're with you.
There's only one of them inside. I'll go in first. Remember what we talked about. Talk fast, mister. Who are the leaders of the raiders besides Thrawn?
I don't know nothing.
I think I know a way to make you talk.
Hey, look. It's Andy. Andy Jones.
Now will you talk?
Yeah, keep away from me. I'll tell everything I know.
Who are they?
Doc. Doc Packett. Keep away from me.
Doc Packett, eh?
Come on, get out of here.
Some of you men take care of him. You, Shorty, come on, hurry up. You wait here, men. Doc Packett will probably need a little special persuading. Let me get my hands on them low-down critters, eh?
I know a way to handle him.
Andy Jones. Take it easy, Doc.
We know you're tied up with Thorne. Start talking.
All right, I'll talk. But you're not Andy Jones, are you?
I might not be Andy Jones, but I'm one of the Joneses. Who's in this with you, Doc?
I know we made a mistake when we joined up with Thorne. He's done a lot of things we wouldn't have done.
Who's we?
Keep talking. Deputy Sheriff Bentley's with me. We were both against the raids and killings. Thorne did that.
Where's he now?
He's gonna raid the sharecroppers tonight if they don't get off their ranch.
Got no time to lose. Come on, you get out of here. Here's 2 more. Take care of them. We're going to pay Bentley a visit.
That looks like Carson and his men. Now I get it. He's Andy Jones's brother.
Yeah, the ghost we saw.
Yeah, a flesh and blood ghost. Come on, let's see what he's up to.
Bentley will tell us where Thorne is.
It'll only take a minute, boys. Sheriff ain't hard to handle.
Is the old crowbait in there?
Yeah. Hold it.
What's it for?
Tell you in a minute.
I told you to get Thorne and his gang, Bentley. Now I know why you didn't. You ain't gonna see me until I want you to see me, Bentley.
Who are you?
You ought to recognize my voice. Remember the last time I talked to you when I was dying in bed?
Andy. Andy Jones.
Ask him where Thorne is.
Where's Thorne?
I don't know where he went.
You're lying, Bentley.
I tell you, I don't know anything about Thorne.
Doc Packard confessed, and you better if you know what's good for you.
I don't know anything.
You better make a dang good cover.
All right.
I'm over here, Bentley. Now drop that gun before I send you where you belong. Come over here. We got some talking to do. I know that you and Dr. Packard are mixed up with Thorne. You better tell me where he is. Come on, start talking, Bentley.
You're not Andy Jones. You look like him, but you're not.
Well, you want to argue that point?
You're holding up an officer of the law, whoever you are. Put down that gun and I'll let you go peaceful.
Hey, he's still stubborn. You'll talk when I get through beating that thick skull of yours. Now, where's Thorne?
You better talk, or that mug of yours is going to look like a spoiled custard pie.
Go on, where is he?
Well, he's gone to raid the...
Hey, that looks like Thorne has been.
Sounds like Thorne's raiding again.
You're that dang Thorne that killed my brother Andy. I've been looking for you.
That's quite a coincidence, and I've been looking for you. We've got a little important business to take care of. All right, get your horse. You get mounted.
Where's Fuzzy? Thorne and his men have him. They're just heading for the shack.
Take care of him. Take on every one of you. One at a time. All right, boys, who wants to fight? Accommodated.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
So you're Andy Jones's brother.
You're dang right I am. And you?
Shut up. I'll do the talking. I've got a paper here I want you to sign.
I ain't a-signing nothing. I know what you want. You want my brother Andy's land.
All right, boys, he wants to play some more. Let him have it. He's gone.
Reach. Anybody else feel ambitious? You all right, Fred?
Sure, I'm all right. 20 more minutes and I'd have 'em licked.
Take their guns. I told you once I'd have a lot of talking to do, Thorne, when the time came. Get the walking. Go on.
Well, Judge, justice of the peace, coroner, or anything else that I've forgotten. I find you low-livered hyenas guilty of murder, intent to kill, and kidnapping. And I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment.
Why, you're not a judge. You haven't any authority.
One more word out of you, and I'm going to fine you $10 for contempt of court. From now on, this valley's going to have law and order, and the citizens living here ain't going to be bothered with any more killers like you.
Take him away, Sheriff.
Your Honor, the prisoners are now in custody. Get moving. I said move. I ain't got no authority.
Todd McCarran. Wonder what he's up to now.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's ask him. Let's go.
Why the surveying, Todd?
Any law against surveying my own property line?
Never any doubt in our mind about its location?
Well, maybe there will be in the mind of the new owner.
You mean your father's selling out?
Not my father, me. To Len Keith.
Len Keith? I thought he only bought mining property.
That's what he thinks this could be.
Todd, we have a water rights agreement with your father on the use of this stream. If Keith uses it for mining, it'll poison out some of our best bottom land.
Seems that's your worry, Ben, not mine.
Now, just a minute.
Let go. You Cartwrights have shoved us around for the last 20 years.
You're a liar.
Wait a minute. There are better ways to settle this.
As I see it, it's already been settled.
Fix for it. And you decided not to let it go to waste and eat it all, huh?
How'd you know that? What are you doing reading a book?
McCarran training up dogs.
Well, stray pup wandered in here, and I've been trying to figure out how to take care of it.
I thought you were an expert.
Well, there's dang many new scientific ideas that natural now just ain't good no more.
As far as I'm concerned, you can say that about Todd McCarran, too. I thought I knew him pretty well.
What's the matter, Todd?
Mike, where's that pouch of Virginia tobacco I got?
Don't look at me, I don't smoke it.
No reason a man can't have a birthday a few days early. I would have a talk with him about Todd.
Oh, wish Mr. McCarran a happy birthday to me, too, will you?
I will. Good to see you. It's been a long time. It has. This fire of yours feels good. Ran into Todd today.
Yeah? I turned the running of things over to him. I had to face up to it. I'm just not up to handling things anymore.
Todd was saying you're thinking some of selling out.
You know how kids are. Always trying to get ahead fast, but I figure when it comes to selling, he'll want to stay on this land as much as I do.
Well, I hope you're right, Andy. I guess I'm a little upset when he told me he was thinking of selling out to Len Keith.
Well, I'd be surprised if he mentioned any other name. He's so sweet on Len Keith's daughter that, well, he doesn't know his own name half the time.
She's a fine girl. Todd seemed pretty determined to sell.
That he is. Ben, you have boys your own. A man's got to let his son grow up. Even if he doesn't always agree with him.
You're right there. I was just thinking that if Keith ever did start mining operations on your property, it would foul up the water in that stream to where it would poison half the cattle on my range.
Oh, it won't come to that, Ben. I've got cattle of my own using that stream.
Well, we're getting older, Andy. I remember when you brought your family here. I figured that plan to share the water in that stream would outlast both our lifetimes.
It's the truth, so did I.
Well, I see you didn't waste any time, Mr. Cartwright.
Todd, is that a way to behave?
I don't like people talking behind my back.
Ben came here to talk, not fight. It won't hurt you, does it?
What for? I know what he's going to say. We're just one big happy family as long as he's the boss and we do what we're told. You've been listening to that all of your life, Pa.
Todd, I've never known your father to back away from me or any other man long as I've known him.
What's he doing? Talking over old times so that you won't forget the little things you might owe him, so you'll feel ashamed to let me sell out? He's been doing that to some of the others around here, only they haven't had the belly to stand up to him.
That's enough. Ben Cartwright's the best friend we ever had. You know it.
He's no friend of ours. You...
Andy, never mind.
No, Ben. This is still my house, and I won't have it shaved.
This wonder that killed Ma before her time crippled you so you can hardly walk. Keep it. Look at it. Run. I can't.
I'm afraid I'll have to apologize to you myself, Ben.
Figured that to come by might help. Guess it hurt more. Andy, now, we don't have too much ready cash in the Ponderosa this time of year, with it being tied up in the herd and all, but, well, if it's selling out that Todd is so concerned about...
Ben, you know how Todd would feel about any offer coming from you.
I suppose he'd just think I'd been waiting for the opportunity to buy you out. Pretty sad thing when two old friends can't discuss business without their motives being questioned.
It's much deeper than that, Ben. Len Keith has no intention of using this land for ranching. He's offered Todd a partnership. He's got the boy all fired up with ideas of becoming another silver baron.
Andy, do you believe deep down in your heart that there's any chance of silver on this land?
No, Ben, no more than you do.
No.
But Len Keith is a mining man. He thinks there may be silver, and he's got the boy thinking it too.
Doesn't Todd realize that Keith is just speculating? That's what he always does. Buys up as much land as he can possibly get a hold of in the hopes that some of it'll pay off. Ruins the land.
He's ruined much more than land, Ben. He's ruined many men with him on his way up. And this time, it could be my son.
Wouldn't want that to happen, Andy, any more than you do.
Thank you.
son-in-law.
Disgusted, if you want to know the truth.
Come on, tell me about it. Maybe I can help you. What is it?
Mr. Keith, I can't sell it.
Why not? Did your father feel that I didn't offer you enough for the property?
Oh, it's not that. He made a water rights agreement with Ben Cartwright 20 years ago.
I see the Cartwrights, eh? Muddy up there pretty good street.
It's getting to be you can't make a move in this country without Ben Cartwright's permission.
Well, I suppose you can't blame a man for looking out after his own interests.
What about interests? Mine and Virginia's. Where are we going to get the money to get married? My mother felt that way. She died when she was 26 years old, helping my father try to make something of this land.
I can always find a job for one of my mining companies.
A man has to make it on his own, Mr. Keith. You ought to know that. It's what you do.
I certainly did. That's the way I like to hear you talk. Now, don't worry about it. I'm sure we can get your father to see it our way.
Not if Ben Cartwright's doing his thinking for him, we won't.
But the Cartwrights have always seemed like reasonable people to me.
You just know them in a social way, Virginia. You've never dealt with them on a business level.
Don't worry. I'm not going to let Ben Cartwright stand in the way of the happiness of my 2 children.
Shorty. Come on. Here, Shorty. Come on, Shorty. Puppy. Get over in that tub. Come here to me. Get a bath when you want it or not. Come here, bub. Come here to me. Come here, bub. Here, Shorty, come. Bub. This dang dog I've seen all morning. I've been trying to catch you just to put you back. Well, outfit, don't you know this is for you? You loaded down on them kicks, trying to get them all loose, that's all. Oh, well, I'll get you. I ain't really helping nothing, can I? This critter Harper. You smell something?
That's me. Yeah, I was setting some traps for the wolves that were running a skunk in one.
You sure did. Look, when I get to why don't you jump in? Well, see, this here soap's got silver in it. I was over at Baker's flat the other day talking to that storekeeper, telling him about those Shorty's wood ticks, and he told me that stuff would take anything off.
It'll probably take my skin off, too.
Talk to Andy? Yeah. Oh, Andy is going to follow that water agreement we had with him just as I thought he would. I just can't figure out what's done it to Todd. I can't either. Seems like he just doesn't want to get along with anybody. Yeah.
You too, Todd. He's in love.
Well, I wish it were that simple. Where's my skunk?
All right, that's me, Pop. I caught a skunk in one of the wolf tracks.
Well, if you're going to go to that social with us tonight, I think you better start getting cleaned up now. Yeah.
Oh, you think somebody...
If Todd is at that social, I think he will be. Try to have a talk with him, you know, as a friend.
Shorty, I know you ain't never believe this, but this here's real good for now. What's having anything to do with it? We should have us a talk tonight, ain't we?
Yeah, but you just remember what I told you. You stand on your own feet, not the ladies.
Oh, you're a good one to be giving advice about the ladies. Well, Virginia Keith for 3 years now, Todd's married.
Well, I guess I just never got around to asking her.
He was slow, ain't he, Paul?
Expecting something? No. Just getting ready to go to the dance.
I'm taking Virginia in later myself. What if I could have a private little talk with you?
Yeah, let's go get the horses ready. Well, sit down, Len.
Well, Todd McCarran came to see me. He was all upset about what happened between him and his father.
Well, I was a little upset myself.
Pretty fond of Todd. He's got a lot of character. Extremely ambitious.
Len, sometimes ambition can drive a young man in the wrong direction.
But I don't think that's true in Todd's case. I consider him practically a member of the family. I ought to be pretty careful with whatever opportunities I put in his way. Matter of fact, I wanted you to help me. In spite of what's happened, Todd's got a great deal of respect for your opinion.
Well, perhaps that used to be so.
Well, of course, he's a little high-strung, but you and I can understand that. We were young once. We saw what we wanted in life, and we went out and took it. Now, nowadays, a young fella needs help to get started. I'm doing what I can for Todd. I thought you'd want to help, too.
That was a very nice speech, Keith. Now, what did you really come to see me about?
Well, I want to here to Todd. But old Andy McCarran does pretty much what you ask him to do, now does he?
Now, hold on. Andy McCarran has a mind of his own, and he's very capable of using it.
Yes, but you've got to make him understand something. By holding he's jeopardizing his son's future.
Your interest and concern with Todd's future is most commendable. I've watched you for a period of years, Len. Making quite a lot of money. And ruined quite a bit of land. Quite a few people in the process. I'm not going to help you ruin Todd McCarran.
I always try reasoning first, man. If that doesn't work, I guess I can find some other way. Little George better than you deserve. If you gentlemen, excuse me.
I'll keep those feet up on them little fingers. Have you had a chance to talk to Todd yet? No. He's danced every dance with Virginia. Excuse me, Adam. I think I've just found my Billy.
I can't spare any of you. How about some more fun?
I'm having too much fun watching you two. You look very beautiful tonight, Virginia.
Thank you.
I'm glad you approved of my future wife. Now, you're lucky you proposed to when you did. When are you two getting married?
Your father decides to let me run my own business.
Well, now, he didn't mean anything by it.
Didn't I?
Stay.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Don't turn your back on me, right?
Look, you said on starting a fight. This isn't the place.
Oh, I think it is.
Todd, we don't want to fight you, boy.
And stay with me. Oh.
Take me home.
All right, come on, forget
Get it.
Well, let's have a look.
Time to change prices to just let him calm down.
Dad, sometimes I wonder if your advice for Dad is really any good.
What have I told you that hasn't...
I'm not talking about something you put your finger on. I'm talking about the way Dad has changed. The way he looks at you.
Well, of course he's changed. And all for the good. He's turning into the kind of a man I'd be proud to have as a son-in-law.
But I'd be proud to have him for a husband.
If I've done anything wrong to hurt you...
I'm glad you're still here. I'd like to apologize.
Wasn't sure.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way.
I think there's any beginning by discussing it any further. Let's go.
Dad, I'd like to talk to you.
Not
Excuse me, Mr. Keith. I've got to talk to you.
Well, can't wait till morning?
No, sir, it can't.
Well, come on in, honey. I'll be right in. Is it Tucker?
It's about the cattle you just bought. Something's come up. You better handle it.
That's enough.
We could have poisoned half the men in your family with them diseased cows.
I'll have you came along with them if I had my...
Take it back. Can't about this anybody. He claimed he didn't know the cows were sick.
What do you think? He brought Russell the they had to begin with. Well, you can't have one cow in Texas without all getting it. They're crying tick.
Put those sick cattle with a healthy herd.
His friends qualified.
I see. Tucker, I want you to ride that man out of town tonight and make sure that he never comes back.
Mr. Keith, there's one I know how to make sure.
I'll leave that up to you. Tucker, don't kill off any of those sick cattle until I tell you to.
What can you do with the cow?
I thought I might get big on it and make a present of a couple of them to Ben Cartwright.
You know what Cartwright would do if he ever caught us at it.
Well, don't let him catch you.
There's big stakes, Mr. Keith.
Yeah, the biggest. Cartwright's always had everything his way. Let's see how he acts when he finds cattle being added to his herd instead of rustled away, huh?
I know he took the first swing at you, but I don't know if that's the way to handle it, Todd. I've watched both of you grow up, and I have just as much confidence in him as I have in you.
No, you have, but I don't have Len Keith telling you what to do.
Virginia's Keith's only daughter. I suppose you can't blame him for looking after her interests.
Look, Len Keith never made a move in his life that didn't benefit Len Keith first. And I'll tell you something else. It isn't just a little piece of land he's after.
He's an ambitious man, there's no question about that. The way he's extending his mining interests, it looks as if he wants to take over the whole Carson Valley.
Including the Ponderosa.
Adam, you and I both know that the Ponderosa is one piece of land he'll never get.
Looks like Texas fever.
Texas fever?
Yes.
We bought Texas cattle before. They've always been clean. You check the other stuff?
A few more heads showed signs of sickness. We cut them out of the herd. Probably have to destroy them.
There's no probably about it. That tick fever plague could kill every head. Not only now, range, it could kill every head in the territory.
Critters, I don't even know what deals. Get out of here. Dang fool dog will have them ticks all over him.